Today I want to take a quick look at a battery. This is a Bosch part number 35-640B as in boy. And the reason I want to take a look at this battery is because so far it's been good, but there are a couple of things I don't like. Well, two things, but let me go through the numbers here before I forget. The SKU number is 9073717. The group size is 35. And on the signs here, positive and negative, I usually like to paint those so that it's a lot easier to see which side is what. Just use white paint and that's what they look like. There's a white pen that you can get at Harbor Freight and do that. So I always like to do that on my battery, especially the ones that you can't really see too well. That's the first thing. The other thing I want to talk about is the strap. Here, let me turn on a light here so it's easier to see. The straps on the new batteries I'm not crazy about, just because they feel pretty flimsy, even though they probably hold okay. I prefer the old plastic types where you can just push it down and use that, because especially now my parking space is farther, so I have to walk farther, and I'm not a fan of these straps. I've seen them on a lot of new batteries and I just don't care for them too much. They do take less space, but still, you know, it's one of those things. You either like them or you don't. So far I've had the battery for under a year. I bought it the end of last March, and so it hasn't been a year on this battery yet. It's been working fine except for one thing. Lately it was even though I was charging it, it was discharging within, I don't know, a couple of days, pretty fast, and I was wondering why that was the case. And then I started looking at it a little close the other day, and sure enough, just like any acid battery, the inside here was all full of acid. And I hardly drive this car too, but so I wanted to get that cleaned up. But before I did that, I went ahead and did a multimeter test from the middle here with the acid to my positive, and I had an almost 6-volt in between those two, so the battery was literally discharging itself from that. So I went ahead and got some baking soda and water, clean it out, pour it in here, and that's the other problem with this battery. The gaps here are so small that you can't even get anything in between. Even trying to put a napkin is pretty tough to do. It does have the opening here where you can open it. But what I ended up doing was I ended up using the X-Power blower with this attachment here. So basically that got me right on the sides here, and I was able to blow the water out with the neutralized acid. Obviously you want to do this carefully and pointing it away from you with safety glasses, but that's how I was able to clean this and get it all nice and dried up, as you can see here. And I've had it inside for a couple of days because I wanted to make sure that I tested the battery to make sure it's not discharging on its own still, but obviously now it's clean and it's not. So those are basically the things I want to talk about on this battery, because I haven't seen any, you don't see a lot of videos on a specific battery, but this one I know it's going to be one that many people use. This one has a cold cranking amps of 640, and then cranking amps is 770. Then you have your RC minutes, I don't know what that is, but amps at 100. So that's the look at this battery, and obviously, you know, it has a few minor things, and that gap is kind of a pain because if it happens again, then you know you still gotta take it off, and well, in my case I have to walk a lot farther just to clean it. So I'm hoping that will take care of that problem for a while. But there you go, that's the Bosch battery there for you, or at least this one. And so far it's been working okay. I don't have any other problems other than the A little bit of water that spilled, I guess, on this side. But that's what that battery is like. 3-year warranty or replacement warranty. Obviously, I hope I don't have to replace it anytime soon, but I want to take a look at this on a video just for some information purposes, and what to look for if your battery is getting discharged. Because I thought it was something else, but everything else in the car is working fine. So there you go. I hope that's helpful.